Next on ITV The Bill, here on 4, meet the folk who took on their high street banks and won, and the couple whose relationship is ruled by Dosh. Now on 4, Money Talks in Dosh.
On tonight's show, you'll be glad to hear there's nothing about the budget. Instead, Dosh shows you enterprising ways of making money. We meet the man with the golden touch. And how about getting paid for snooping around other people's houses?
35 minutes, Your Honour.
No, I wasn't.
You were it.
Also, the video diary of the couple who can't stop arguing about money.
They got that wrong.
Listen, mate.
9 out of 10 people now have a bank account. It's a vital part of our everyday life. But 1 out of every 4 of us is not happy with the service we are getting. Yet most of us don't complain. Most, but not all. Actress Di Burnett. Norfolk businessman Steve Marsh. Author Brian Clough. Mother of 3 Nita Crowson. These 4 people have one thing in common. They all took on their high street bank and won. Dosh has examined their stories in detail and with their help has put together an easy-to-follow 3-part guide to beating the bank. Di Burnett has 2 accounts at the same bank and an agreement that if one goes overdrawn, it will be subsidized by the other. But this summer, the bank failed to transfer the necessary funds.
When I got my statement, I realised that they had actually charged me just under £70 in overdraft fees, and I was horrified by this, so I immediately went in to see my manager.
Steve Marsh runs a small print business. He decided to bring in a bank analyst to check his business account.
We employed Mark to go back the previous 7 quarters, and on his report we found that we had been overcharged by the bank by £5,800. We then asked Mark to go back the previous 6 years, and he found discrepancies of another £7,000, which was all in our favour, giving us a total of almost £13,000.
Brian Clough writes books on banking. He turned his attentions to his own personal finances.
One of the things that I did was to check my own account, and even though I had only a fairly small overdraft, I discovered that they'd overcharged me by over £2,100. So I wrote to the bank, and I sent the letter recorded delivery, but they said that it had never arrived.
When Nita Crowson returned from holiday, she went to the bank to get a statement.
On this statement, I discovered there were several withdrawals of £200 each. It was a surprise, obviously, and a shock to me. So I went inside the bank and spoke to the lady behind the counter. She couldn't give me any help, so I made an appointment to see the bank manager the next day.
I visited the bank and hand-delivered a letter against which I got a signature.